All right, we're ready to get started. I got with me Dr. Eddie Ruiz. He is the State Superintendent for Charter Schools USA. Eddie, you've been in town at Warrington Academy, Preparatory Academy. You've got some pretty exciting news, don't you?
Oh, yes, we do. It's been fun to be back and see the family here at Warrington, the students and the teachers. But yeah, bringing some good news. It's when we started this venture last year, and again, it was a great year. Not the results we wanted to at the end of the year. We ended up with the D, which was 2 points away from the C, the highest grade
Mhm.
point that we had received here at Warrington. But with the state change of the system, we ended up staying that D. Uh, but going into our second year, we've been working really hard. Know we're going to get out of that eventually this year. But really looking for the future. What is the end product? Begin with the end
Mhm.
in mind, and realize, well, we already knew with the charter agreement that in the second year we could have expanded to K5, start K1. We could have done that, or we could have in third year, which is next year, add ninth grade. So we knew that we had those options. We just didn't know which way we wanted to go. But we started seeing what the district was doing, and with the district, what we realized this year is that our sixth grade class was low. We had about 148 students. The
Mhm.
previous year, last year, we had 200. And that was because the district, they decided to two of the elementaries that feed into us to add sixth grade, add just sixth grade to the K5, and then they were going to add seventh and eighth. So they're like making their K5s now K8s. That's what they're wanting to do,
Right.
or we're seeing that pattern, that trend. And so they're going to do more of that next year. And when we saw that, we're like, well, maybe we go up. And so we did some research early on and started seeing, what are the high schools around here offering? What are their academics? What are their career programs?
Mhm.
Uh, did kind of a big analysis and realized, and we in choice, we believe that if we look like the school down the street, we shouldn't exist. School choice is about providing good, unique options that
Right.
parents can choose. And so in doing that, we did create a good kind of uh, you know, uh, outcome for students if we did have a high school. And so that's what I'm here to kind of share. We plan to add ninth grade here next year, about 125 to 150 ninth grade. We currently have an eighth grade class of 199. So
Wow.
what's going to be a little bit different is that ninth graders are not going to be zoned here. So ninth grade will be total choice. So it'll be
Mhm.
parental, have to apply with their parents. And, we'll take, we're going to take 125 to 150, and then there'll be a wait list eventually. So that is pretty exciting because the programming, and again, you're at the forefront of all this. I mean, I've had the talking to the media today, but
Right.
really just rolled out the parents the day before. We still have to do meetings with students, meeting with parents, internal and external, for
Mhm.
them to understand the programs, to see if they even want to apply, because this is not going to be for everyone, the ninth grade. This is a small boutique kind of high school. Eventually, when we're all said and done, there'll be about 5 to 600 ninth graders, which is different from your local high schools around here. Your high schools 9 to 12 have 1,200, 1,600, eighteen
Right.
hundred
Right.
kids.
Right.
So that's they offer all these different things. We're not going to offer everything to everyone. We're going to be very specific. And I'll jump right in there. If you can, I tell you what it is,
Oh
because I'm
yeah. I mean,
excited.
I saw the notes, and I'm real excited about it.
It's WPA, Warrington Prep Academy. Well, it's focusing on three things: W, the P, and the A. The W is around workforce, and so what workforce is going to kind of look like is for students who really want to just take these hands-on approaches and be ready to have something if they don't want to eventually go to state college, 4-year college
Mhm.
afterwards. And the two roles are going to be one digital design and the other one entrepreneurship. And for digital design, what we're going to end up doing is offering students the exposure, the experience to take digital design one, earn certifications, digital design two in 10th grade, and work their way up. But eventually, start learning, because we eventually want to have a business on campus, a business for digital design, where we actually will become a hub for the community and for Charter Schools USA within all our 65
Mhm.
schools to be able to create a product that's need. So if a community member comes and they need a program, they need some type of digital design work, that our kids will be able to design it for them from start to finish in a professional way. That's a digital design track. And then the entrepreneur side would be actually learning the business side of
Oh,
running
okay.
a
Hmm.
side on the campus, a business on campus where you have to deal with clients, deal with money, deal with all the different pieces of it. And so that's the W, the workforce side of it. Very simple entrepreneurship, digital design. The P is prototyping. And what that is really going to work is around three different kind of tracks. In ninth grade, all students will take digital information technology. That's the base course in ninth grade.
Hmm.
And then they'll be able to branch off in 10th grade to one of three tracks: cybersecurity, AI, or gaming, animation, simulation, and design. So if they choose one of those tracks, they'll go down that track for 10, 11, and 12. Basically a 3-year program, each year earning industry certification, each year earning that equivalent of digital tools, digital certification. So that's
That sort of plugs into the Triumph grant that y'all got too, that was
all
focused
this
on
is kind
doing
of
certifications. Yeah.
all this is kind of guided around the Triumph because we received the grant, and that's our goal, is to produce
Right.
students with these certifications um, in the long run. And then the unique piece that we're adding to this is the academic. So we're just not going to do your normal run. If you go to a normal high school, English 1, the algebra 2, we're actually going to
Hmm.
have the ACE curriculum. And so that is almost, if you talk about ACE Cambridge, it's it's the opposite of IB. So International Baccalaureate, which Pensacola has IB. None of the schools here in Escambia have ACE Cambridge, but we will offer the ACE Cambridge curriculum. So it's a 3-year curriculum. You can start it in ninth grade, finish it in 11th, or you can start it in 10th and finish it in 12th. But you got 3 years, and you have to take a whole bunch of courses and pass 7 of them. Some are required, and some are on a menu. But if you
Hmm.
pass all 7 of those courses with the minimum score, you will receive a full Bright Future scholarship
Oh,
to any
great.
college you want. And so that's an opportunity for our kids
Hmm.
here to say, hey, you take this program 9 to 11, and we're going to do it differently. We're going to pair up these courses in a block, totally do it a different way. And by the way, we do this already. We do this in many of our high schools. So it's not like we're starting this as a
Right.
guinea pig here in Warrington. We do it in many of our schools and have a high pass rate in many of our schools. So it's, we'll use the leverage of other teachers that teach the courses, the curriculum, the maps, all that stuff. They'll be able to use that. But I mean, a student can literally, starting in ninth grade, it's going to be very unique. But in 10th grade, when they start going off a track, they can be taking their ACE coursework and
Hmm.
also on a track to do one of the 3: cybersecurity, animation, AI, or design, gaming, simulation, animation. So they can be doing both, which is going to be very unique to anything that's really around here. And that is what's going to make us a little bit unique and different.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, when you look at and you've got the room to add the extra students. I mean, it's a pretty darn big school. I mean,
We can
and you
easily fit the ninth and 10th grade. I mean, we can fit the whole high school here if we wanted to.
right. And there was some design elements at one time in Warrington. They had that whole tech area that never seemed to get off the ground. So you're, taking advantage of all that space, and plug it into Triumph. This is exciting. Overall, how's this first semester been?
First semester has been good. We presented to the state board. I presented to the state board in November, at the last, actually in October for the basically sharing the PM1 data. What did
Hmm.
PM1 progress monitoring data 1 look like? And all it shows is growth. I mean, it's positive in each direction,
Good.
6th, 7th, 8th grade. So kids are actually, you know, our 6th graders last year who are 7th grade this year, they're coming in at a higher bar because in PM1 basically is baseline data. So if you
Right.
took the test
Right.
today, the entire test today, where would you be? And it's a low percentage, but that low percentage is higher than it was last year for those kids. So they're retaining and keeping this information. So we're in the middle of PM2 now. We've been looking at data across the board, but the first semester has been, it's good to have a whole semester under your belt.
Yeah.
Teachers are feeling a little bit more comfortable with how we run and operate things, and feeling confident. And the students are doing that as well. They're it's hard work, and there's still a lot of a long way to go. Again, you're not going to transform a school in a year and a half,
Right.
but little by little, we are moving the culture that we need to, and we're starting to change the mindsets of students and teachers and parents to what it is that we're doing and the possibility that students can reach.
Well, I'm excited about this, Eddie. Thank you for coming on and doing this. I'll get this up as quick as I can, and I need to
No
do next
worries.
time you're in town. I want to do a tour of the school with you. So let's
Oh,
do that.
please do. Yes, I'll probably be back in January, so I will
Okay.
let Colleen let you know in advance so we can plan that.
All right, we'll do it. Have a good holiday, Eddie. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you. No problem.
Merry Christmas.
Ah,